I thought it was such a nice day. Sun's out, a little bit chilly. Be a great day to clean the old Radrover. Not that mine gets all that dirty, but we just had tile floors put in the house, and I had left, and they did all the tile cutting in the garage, and the bikes were uncovered and there's dust all over them. What the heck, it's a nice day. Time to give it a little wash. Washing a bicycle isn't all that tough. First thing I do is I put in one of these little caps from 1859 something or something. It's a website that sells little doodads for the Radrover, rad bikes. Well worth its couple of bucks. And I just use a light pressure when I'm spraying it down, nothing heavy, and it's the bike is made to be able to handle a certain amount of moisture. I wouldn't want to use a pressure washer on anything, particularly on the, on the electronics and everything, but a little light spray doesn't hurt anything. We'll just spray it down a little bit. Get a little bit of stuff on the brush. Scrub it up those tires. If I was washing my car, I would definitely never think about doing tires first. But it's and we're not doing anything really thorough here. Just trying to get all the dust off the important places. I haven't been doing a lot of riding, oh gosh, for many months now. For a while for a couple of months we were in Europe and France, traveling around. And so that didn't do any riding then, obviously, and then we came back and got a little bit of riding in. But it's been a while, so I'm looking forward to getting back out on the bikes. And I just wanted to make sure that it was nice and clean. Like I said, it doesn't really ever get all that dirty because it's seldom I ride on anything that, any off-trail kind of stuff. If you are a subscriber, you'll notice I do a lot of rides, and I have done some rail trail kind of things around Ellensburg and that kind of stuff. There was a little bit rough, but nothing major. I'm not into single track kind of riding or anything like that. Don't get into the mud and what have you. This brush is actually a little bit soft for getting some of the heavier duty stuff off the tire. How often do you wash your bike? I've had mine now, oh gosh, well this is a 2018, and here we are early part of 2020. And this is actually the, second time I've really washed it. I wipe it down, but yeah, maybe it's more than that. Maybe it's 3-4 times, but not a lot. Obviously, that's going to depend a lot on what kind of riding you do, backcountry kind of stuff. Like I said, I'm not doing a concours kind of wash here. Just want it to look presentable. Get something to wipe it down with. That's about all it takes. It's looking spick and span and shiny already. Just wipe it down, dry it off a little bit, and move on to the next step. I was fiddling around with the bike a little bit the other day and I realized I had not discharged the battery when I kind of knew I wasn't going to be riding it for a while. I'm so upset with myself. I don't know what that's going to do. When I put the battery back on the bike, am I going to have I don't know what it does when you don't discharge it. I know they say you're supposed to store it, at 50 to 75% fully charged, but I didn't do it. I forgot to do it this time, and I don't know what's going to happen as a result. Oh, that's interesting. Wonder what the heck happened there. Okay, something else to look into. I don't know if you can tell from where you are, but somehow the fender has come loose. That's a bummer. No, it's not. It's tight right here at this fitting. Somewhere underneath. Bummer. I've got one of those park tools to clean out between the cogs and the rear here. I can't find it, so that's not going to get completely done this time. Kind of a bummer. Get in here and do between the spokes. I got as much as I could with that brush, but when was the last time you were on a ride? Has it been recently? I'm planning on going out in the next couple of days. The weather's getting warmer. Going to be up to 64 in a couple of days. You even be able to go riding in shorts, I think. That temperature. Oh, much better. Doesn't take very long. This does it. Okay, that pretty much takes care of that kind of thing. So next, whoops. Next we'll do a little degreaser on the chain. Simple green bike cleaner degreaser. And I'll put a link to this down in the description in case you don't have some already. And then we'll just, after that, put a little bit of finish line dry bike lube on the chain. There's two different kinds. There's a dry lube and a wet lube. Where I live in Eastern Washington, it's dry, God, 95% of the time. And when I'm riding, it's dry all the time. I don't ride in the rain, so I use the dry kind. Works fine for what I need. So I'm not going to use it exactly the way the instructions say. I'm going to spray it on the rag because I don't want to get it all over the bike. Just spray a nice little bit of foam on there. And we'll just run this turn the pedals backward. Oh, nice and shiny already. Excellent. I don't know if you can tell, but that is dirty. And then I'll do the same thing this time with a clean towel. You know, by the way, I'm not a mechanic, not a bike mechanic of any kind, so I may not be doing things completely 100% accurately, but it works for me. Just put a dry one here and do the same thing. Super. Now the instructions on the finish line dry lubricant suggest that you apply it to a clean cloth. So I happen to have another one here. And then just, after you shake it, just apply it to the chain. Now I've seen other people who recommend doing it slowly and just doing little drips and drabs and then wiping it off. And I think that's what I'm going to do. Heck with following the instructions. We're just going to do this real slowly here. Just a little bit at a time. I'm not even really squeezing the bottle, just letting it drip out. Silly me. I didn't think to do anything to mark where the chain or where I started on the chain. Silly, silly, silly. Ah, well. I've probably gone all the way around. Like I said, I'm not a mechanic. I don't always think things all the way through. Obviously, you want to keep your chain lubed so that it works properly. In the old days when I was a kid, I remember riding my bike and having the links freezing up on me. It's kind of silly, but you know, when you're a kid. All right, that looks good enough. There you have it. Simple. I just felt like making a video today. Hey, if you like this kind of stuff, make sure you subscribe. Click that big red subscribe button. Click the bell icon. Leave a comment. What did I do wrong? What did you think was stupid? I don't know. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. We'll see you next time.